Plaintiffs Amanda Hussar and her husband Richard say the defendant is Amanda's sister, and they used to be close. However, as they grew up, Amanda claims she became a mother, a homeowner, and a college graduate, while the defendant became a drug dealer and a thief. Amanda is suing because she claims her sister stole her car. Defendant Christina McLenathan says the only reason they're in court today is because Amanda cheated on her husband before their wedding. And when Christina found out, she refused to go to her sister's bachelorette party. Christina insists the car in question was registered to her, so she refuses to pay for it, and she denies selling drugs.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Prove your case.
Christina is my sister. We used to get along very well when we were younger, and then as we got older, we just kind of grew apart. I have my bachelor's degree. I'm a wife and a mother and a homeowner, and she's a drug dealer and now a thief.
That is not true, Your Honor.
I'll go buy a drug test at CVS right now. We can test her. Anyways.
That doesn't mean she's a dealer. That means she's a user.
We could drug test her
a
as
friend
well,
of mine
sir, if you'd
actually
like.
came to me.
A friend of yours came to you and what?
And said, I was talking about my little brother Grover one day. She's like, oh, you're related to Grover? And I said, yeah, he's my brother. And she said, oh, I saw your sister the other day. I'm like, you saw my sister? I'm like, how? She's like, oh, I bought pot from her. She only sells middies, and like giving me all this information.
That's not
So
true,
she
Your
sells
Honor.
marijuana?
Yes.
That's not true, Your Honor. I got
Put your
searched
money
by an
away. Don't
officer.
start that door. Put your money away.
So
She ain't bringing it today. At least
I got
not
searched by
medical
an officer,
marijuana.
sir.
You're
and
certified?
I'm med certified. I have a very professional job, and I got searched by an officer because she told the cop that I was a drug dealer, and the cop found nothing to support that fact. So I'm in no way, shape, or form a drug dealer. I
What
too
you
much on the
saying
line.
med cert, meaning you are certified to sell medical marijuana? What
I'm
does
certified
med
to
cert
pass
mean?
meds. I'm med certification. For my job, I'm med certified.
So you're no drug dealer. All right.
Okay.
What else you want me to know
So
about
just like
your sister?
to tell about her character, on my wedding day, which was 2 weeks after she stole the vehicle, she sent me these text messages,
Let's see it.
which I did not reply to.
She in a wedding party?
No.
So she wasn't in the wedding
No,
party.
we had one family member of mine at my wedding because of her and because of the turmoil that she's caused in our
That is
family.
untrue, sir. She uninvited my mother the morning of the wedding.
lying.
Did you tell your mother she couldn't
No,
come?
You're lying.
no, I did
All
not.
right. Well, if
My
she-
father came. Why would my father come? He's married to my mother. If
You're
they
a
were
piece
uninvited.
of. I hope your marriage and your life goes down the drain, and I hope you can't sleep at night for the games you play with your own mom.
Thank you, because she uninvited my mother. I sent those text messages after my mother
This was
cried
at
me.
6:53 in the morning. Our wedding was at 1 in the afternoon.
Called me
Mother
crying.
uninvited herself, actually.
No.
All right, I see, ma'am, that she's principally lashing out at you because she
And as you can tell,
does
she didn't
believe that you play games with your mother. Anything else?
No.
All right, let me hear from you regarding the relationship with your sister.
Okay, first of all, we're here today because Amanda cheated on her husband, Rick, about 3 weeks before her wedding. And when I found out about it, she got mad because I refused to go to her bachelorette party when I was invited because of the fact that she cheated on her husband. She kicked out my brother
Yeah,
and his
the
pregnant girlfriend on the street.
Drug addict.
Gave them nothing. Kept their Jeep, kept their iPod, kept their bed that they got from a fire got from Red Cross after a house fire. We had to call the cops so they could get their things. And when we called the
That's
cops,
not
she
true.
told them that I was a drug
All
dealer.
right, what happened with this car?
In August of 2005, I purchased a 2000 Honda Civic for $5,200. In May of 2007, I asked my sister to put the car in her name because
To avoid having it taken in her pending divorce that she was about to
Quiet,
file
ma'am.
for.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
I was getting divorced. I asked her to put it in her name, and because she was my sister, I trusted her and thought that and at the time I didn't know about her drug problem. So then I asked her
told
to
her
put it
to
in her
keep it,
name.
right?
Yes, I'm sorry. I asked her to put it in her name, and she did. On January 28th, 2010, she went to my husband's work with a police officer and claimed that he stole the vehicle.
No.
She had never even driven the vehicle before that day.
She went to
His work.
He wasn't
work.
your husband at that time.
At the time she stole the
it was 2
vehicle,
weeks
yes.
before we got married.
It was 2 weeks before we got married.
Okay, so
she
he
stole
wasn't.
the vehicle legally and said that he had stolen the vehicle from her. She didn't even drive it that day because she doesn't know how to drive a 5-speed, and it's a 5-speed vehicle. Took the car. She had never even driven it before that day. I have records showing that I paid all the taxes.
And now what? She won't give the car back? Is
Exactly.
that why you're suing?
Yes. The
ma'am?
reason she took the car is because I found a large amount of marijuana in my family vehicle. I'm a mother now. And I confronted my brother about it and his girlfriend. They admitted that it was theirs. And I asked them to leave because I talked to a police officer and he said, if that was found in your house, you'd be going to jail and your son would be going to foster care. And I'm not going to risk my family. Even though my brother had lived with me since January of 2008, I put him through high school, got his grades up. He was failing when he moved in
Why
with
you
me.
all keep pointing at her when you say brother?
Because that's his girlfriend. And he really didn't become a monster until he met her. And it really breaks my heart.
That is such a lie. That is such a lie.
It really does. He was a good kid.
Oh my God, she's such a pathological liar.
All right.
But anyway, so he
hysterical.
took the vehicle because I told them they couldn't take the Jeep because it was in my name. The loan was in my name. I said, if you get the loan in your name, you can take it. Her grandfather wrote them a $5,000 check. She brought it and then said, you know what? We want to stick you with the payments. We're not giving it back. She texted me and said, her exact words were, you can have your car back if you give them the Jeep and make all the payments for them.
That's a lie. Where's your?
My older sister lives with me and my nephew. So I can't afford to make all the payments and then just give them a vehicle.
Ma'am?
She put it in my name. I was only 18 at the time. She put the car in my name, didn't completely explain it to me why she was putting it in my name until afterwards. She put the car in my name to avoid having it taken in her divorce so her husband couldn't take the car
Do you
that
think
he
that was
actually
wrong?
paid for. I do agree that it was wrong.
Do you think it was against the law?
Yes.
Go ahead. What else you want me to know?
So on January 28th, I believe, I did go and get my car that's in my name with title, registration, everything in my name, because she left my brother and his pregnant girlfriend out on the street with nothing.
Let me hear from you. You want to?
This is Amanda
Your
Town.
witness want to speak. They've been dumping on y'all morning. Y'all have anything to say? State your name.
Amanda
Do
Town.
you want to say anything good about your boyfriend? They talked about him.
He does smoke pot, but he's never had.
I said good.
But
And
she
that
also
could be
wanted to smoke
interpreted
pot while she
good
was
by
pregnant.
some folks.
Sir, she
ma'am,
was
but
2.5 hours late for her
depending on
bachelorette
what
party
state
because she
you're
was
in, it's
smoking
still
pot.
illegal. All right, man. I got your point. He's
Well,
a
he-
good man because he smokes pot.
No, he never had like any amounts of pot that
He
she
didn't
found.
sell? Is that your
Liar.
point?
Yeah, she's
No, like
she's
he
making up a whole
never had it like around the house like that. Like he would go to his friend's house and smoke because I
Very
couldn't
good.
smoke, so
All
he
right.
wasn't going to smoke around me.
That's
And
right.
He's a
She
good
lied.
man.
That's why
She
we
asked
found
to
it in our
smoke.
vehicle.
He's a good
Found it.
man.
And they admitted that it was
All right.
there.
What did you want to say about this, ma'am? You handed me a report. How is
Okay,
what
that's
is
the
this?
dispatch report that I had a cop follow me to get my car from Richard.
My car is the one that
She had never even driven.
It's
you're
my
referring
car.
to my
If you
car.
want, hold on, I'll give you
She's
some
never even
evidence right
driven.
here.
I have
Here.
oil
You
change
lied.
receipts. I have the tax.
We have
text from
insurance
the
forms
taxes.
saying that we've
Okay,
paid
that's
insurance for
Let
2
me see
years.
it, please.
I have forms from the insurance company.
Sir,
saying
if
I'm
they're
the only
driving
person
the car,
insured
they're
to
Were
drive.
you all getting
responsible.
along when you transferred this?
Yes, at the time, and that's
So why do you think she did this?
because she's like I said, she's a drug dealer. She has drug problems.
That
She's
is
a
was
terrible
she all-
person.
That's
Why,
I did
ma'am?
not know that
Was
at
she-
the time.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, I did
All
not.
right.
I found that
Next
out
time,
later.
before you sign away your car,
She's a pathological
get
liar,
to know
sir.
about the person a little more.
She's no longer my sister, but I'm not a drug dealer in any way,
That's
shape, or form.
enough, ladies. That's enough.
That's my car.
You are wrong. You keep saying that's my car.
Whose name is on the title, sir? Whose name is on the
Say
title?
your name.
She's nutty. She's absolutely nutty.
Unfortunately, ma'am, I asked her a couple of key questions, and she's either been to law school or read the law or knows the law, and others need to know this. When I asked her, was it wrong what you did to have her take the car and hide it from your divorce? She said, yes, it was wrong. I asked her, did she think it was against the law for you to hide that car during the process of the divorce? She said, yes, it is against the law, and she's absolutely right. She's absolutely right, ma'am. This is what you call a fraudulent transfer. People foresee that they're going to get a divorce, so they go and snatch all the money out of the bank. Or they go and run up a bunch of bills and then file bankruptcy, knowing that they were going to file it all the time. There are certain time limits, in fact, in which the transaction could be nullified. For example, if all the money is taken out of the bank or the car is transferred 6 months before the divorce, the person could argue, judge, that was a fraudulent transfer. She knew at some point she was going to leave me. That's why she transferred it into someone's name. That's not fair, and that's why it's against the law. It's like a bankruptcy. Once again, the creditor could go in bankruptcy court and say, Your Honor, as you see, they ran up $10,000 in bills and their income was only $3,000 or whatever the case. So we think she or he ran up these bills knowing knowing that they were going to file bankruptcy and they wouldn't have to pay it back if they filed bankruptcy. Not only would that be unfair, that is illegal. You set something up to take somebody's stuff. That's a setup, in other words. So I can't enforce an illegal transaction, ma'am. That's what you did. Unfortunately, you didn't have a person who was going to be honest with you. She just stole your car.
She stole my brother's car.
Have a good day. Case dismissed, ma'am.
I wish I could pick a different sister. She's not my sister anymore after she's done all this stuff to my family, my mother, my brother, my unborn nephew. It's ridiculous. I wish I never
nothing
knew
to say
it.
to her because she's a pathological liar and she makes everything up. And it's really sad that she won this case because she is lying. She stole my vehicle, which is basically stealing out of my son's mouth.
She forgets she also has 2 other nephews, which she wrote in
That
text
you refuse
messages.
to let me see.
That she wished they were dead. They're just absolutely
believe
nuts.
anything those two said.
The pregnant girl
I'm
has
absolutely nuts.
substance abuse problems too. She wanted to drink and smoke marijuana in my house,
Yeah, that's
which
a
is
lie.
why I also kicked them out because I don't want that around my son.
a drug dealer.
All I can
She
say is
lets
that
underage
I'm a good
drinking
mother
in her
and I
house.
just don't
She's a
want
horrible
that kind of
mother.
influence on my child.
Horrible mother.